Word problems. Erica loves soccer. The ladies' coach tells Erica that she scored 19% of her attempts on goal last season. This season, the coach predicts the same percentage for Erica. Erica reports she attempted approximately 1,100 shots on goal last season. Her coach suggests they estimate the number of goals using experimental probability. What do you know about percentages to figure out the relationship of goals scored to goals attempted? Well, the experimental probability is the number of times the outcome happened divided by the number of times the experiment was repeated. So what is Erica's experimental probability? 19% means 19 over 100, which means she made 19 goals for every 100 shots that she attempted. Let's estimate the number of goals Erica scored. She makes 19% of her shots on goal. About what percent would be a good estimate to use? I would say 20% would be a good estimate. She takes 1,100 shots on goal. About how many attempts did Erica take? About 1,000. Once again, 19 out of 100, 19%, is very close to 20 out of 100. She makes about 20% of her shots on goal. And 1,100 or 1,100 is very close to 1,000. So let's estimate that she has about 1,000 attempts. Erica wants to find 20% of 1,000. Her math looks like this. 20%, by definition, is 20 over 100. If we want to convert that denominator to 1,000, we have to multiply 100 by 10. But whatever we do to the bottom of the fraction, we have to do to the top. So 20 becomes 200. Erica figures she made about 200 of her shots on goal. Here's a challenge. What are the actual values that will give you 19% of her 1,100 shots? Remember, sometimes it helps to turn a percent into a decimal prior to solving the problem. So what is 19% of 1,100? 210. So in reality, she made 210 of her 1,100 shots. Last year, Lexi planted 12 tulip bulbs, but only 10 of them bloomed. This year, she intends to plant 60 tulip bulbs. Use experimental probability to predict how many bulbs will bloom. Alright, so 10 out of 12 bloomed. Therefore, how many out of 60 will bloom? Well, to get from 12 to 60, we would multiply 12 by 5 to get 60. So we're going to multiply the numerator by 5 as well, and we get 50. 10 out of 12 is the equivalent fraction to 50 out of 60. Based on her experience last year, Lexi can expect 50 out of 60 tulips to bloom. Today, you attempted 50 free throws and made 32 of them. Use experimental probability to predict how many free throws you will make tomorrow if you attempt 75 free throws. Okay, so 32 out of 50 is how many out of 75? Let's use cross products. So 32 times 75 equals 50 times x. We have an equation. We're going to divide both sides by 50. So over here we have 32 times 75, which is 2,400. Divide both sides by 50, and we get x equals 48. So based on your performance yesterday, you can expect to make 48 free throws out of 75 attempts. Now it's your turn. Calculate the experimental probability for the number of goals. Okay, so we got 30 goals out of 100 attempts. So that is a 30% probability, 0.3. Out of 1,000 attempts, we scored 600 goals. So what's the percentage? Just divide top and bottom by 10, and we get 60 over 100, which by definition is 60%. We got 150 goals with 500 attempts. So let's divide top and bottom by 10. We get 15 over 50. Now to get a percentage, we really want to have a denominator of 100. Let's multiply top and bottom by 2. That will give us 100 down here and 30 up here, which is a 30% probability. And finally, we got 1,600 goals, that's a lot of goals, out of 2,000 attempts. Okay, so let's divide top and bottom by 10. Now we want that denominator to be 100, so what we're going to do is divide top and bottom by 2. So 200 divided by 2 is 100. 160 divided by 2 is 80. So that is an 80% probability. All right, and there are all of the answers.